So we're Parents' Voice. We work to improve food and physical activity environments for children. We've prepared a short little video just to describe what we're about. So I'll play that first. 12 parents founded the Parents' Jury back in 2004, and we've been fighting the good fight for Australian kids ever since. Right from the start, the Parents' Jury made a splash on the national stage.
We all hear about Australia's growing childhood obesity epidemic, but there's news today.
Our work is not yet done. Australia is starting to change. To impact on a fast-moving world, we need new voices. With the backing of leading health organisations, the Parents' Jury is relaunching as Parents' Voice. Thousands of Australian parents passionate about our kids' future. We take action on healthy food and physical activity for Australian children. Join us. So we're an organisation who we work to improve food and physical activity environments for kids. So we work on improving school canteen guidelines and other things in school settings. We work on junk food marketing to children, healthy checkouts, physical activity and nutrition for kids in general, basically. One of the things we do every year is we hold what's called the Fame and Shame Awards, where we award what we think were the worst examples of marketing directly at children for unhealthy products. So there's a couple of different categories, and I do have a short ad to show you. But
hard work and a balanced diet with protein helps our kids grow up strong. Nutri-Grain is one of the highest protein cereals, so it has what it takes to help build them into Iron Men.
Thanks, Mum.
Nutri-Grain, Iron Man food.
We felt it directly targeted kids, and we called them out on it in 2011. But it also targets parents, because what parent doesn't want to buy a cereal that will make sure your kid grows up healthy, big and strong? That's what we're all about, right? The recently launched Health Star ratings are on almost all cereal packets now in the supermarket, except for Nutri-Grain. So there's a voluntary code. Kellogg's has put it on every single other cereal that they own and that they sell, apart from Nutri-Grain, and that is because it gets the same rating as Cocoa Pops and Fruit Loops. It is equally unhealthy as any of those products, and you think about protein is reasonably good, so the amount of sugar it must contain in order to make it get only 2 stars, when Cocoa Pops with almost no protein and all this sugar also gets 2 stars. So they recently announced yesterday, actually, that they're reformulating Nutri-Grain, and that's why they haven't put it on the box yet, and they're waiting until they've made the product a little bit healthier and it gets a bit more stars than Cocoa Pops, because they realise that one of the reasons it gets purchased for children is because parents think it's a healthier choice. So it's one of those great things about the new front-of-pack labelling system, that it is actually forcing food manufacturers to improve the food and health of the nutrition of the products that they're selling. So this year we also did Food Detectives, where we worked with Rosemary Stanton, who's a nutritionist, and we looked at, the first category we looked at was lunchbox snacks. So we're doing breakfast foods, including cereals, and that'll come out in November. But I just picked a couple to show you today. So you've got here Uncle Toby's yogurt tops and My Yummy Lunchbox, that's a brand on itself. all their food apparently is good for lunchboxes. I wouldn't put any of them in a kid's lunchbox. But you can see that it says lunchbox friendly at the top. This product here, the main ingredient is actually pear concentrate. But it's not actually listed here at all. It's basically just sugar. The acacia berries is the last ingredient listed. So it has the smallest percentage of any ingredient that they've put in that product. Uncle Toby's also this week announced that they're reformulating these muesli bars. So the yogurt tops, and the comments that Rosemary had was around the fact that the yogurt on the top is not yogurt. It's sugar, and it's a yogurt compound. So it's like sugar and fat. It's actually almost no dairy in it at all. But if you were in the supermarket and you were busy and you're just trying to grab something that says lunchbox friendly, it's got superfoods, it looks a lot healthier than the product next to it. And it's one of those things to be watching out for when you're at the supermarket, that the claims that are on the front of the packet are often not actually what you should be looking at. And if you're busy, particularly if you're shopping with kids, I mean, who has time to sit and compare the back of the product? No one has that time. And you rely on what's on the front. So one of the things, there's two kind of key tools that you can use to get your supermarket shopping done quickly and still pick healthier products. So one of them is the new Health Star ratings. So they're fantastic for being able to compare like products. So like the cereals, and the reason Kellogg's doesn't have it on Nutri-Grain, you're going to pick, if you choose between Nutri-Grain and Wheat-Bix, you pick the Wheat-Bix, it gets 4.5 stars, I think it is, and Nutri-Grain gets 2. So if you've got the stars on the front, like products, you can pick a healthier one. One of the things, though, to be cautious about with this system is that it's only within a food category. So a 5-star rated jam, for instance, is not healthier necessarily than a 2-star biscuit or a 2-star cereal. It's actually, you've got to compare them within products. So like, I think there's a Sanitarium peanut butter and it gets 4 or 5 stars because it's almost all peanuts. And so it gets kind of extra points because it's just one product. They haven't added fat or sugar to it. But it doesn't mean you can sit and eat the entire peanut butter just because it's 4 or 5 stars. So it's just in that category, but it's great for being able to do your shopping quickly and grab a healthier version of the product you're after. And a lot of the Coles and Woolworths, a lot of the home brands have them on there now too. So Sanitarium's rolled it out on nearly all their products now, and the home brands have done it as well. And more manufacturers will do it as they realise that people are picking a product that has a higher star rating and that you're able to compare them. So they'll improve and reformulate, and so that's one of the reasons why we love it. The other thing you can do is there's a fantastic app that you can put on your phone, and it's called Food Switch. It's got a whole lot of different versions in the app itself. We like this one because it's got the, you can see it's got the red, green and orange. So that's a traffic light labelling. And so what you can do with this app is you can scan almost any product. They've got millions of products in this database. And you can scan the barcode on the back of a package of food, and it will then tell you healthier choices in that category. So a little bit like the Health Star rating. But if you scan, say, an LCM's bar, I'm not going to call it a muesli bar, it's not a muesli bar, it will then give you, it won't say eat an apple, because that's healthier. It will tell you other chocolate muesli bars. So they'll kind of go, what's a product that's like this that is healthier? What's in this category and is a healthier choice? You can then create a shopping list that you can take to the supermarket with you. I'm the strange person in the supermarket scanning all the products in the aisles. Drive my husband insane. It takes me forever to do the shopping. I like to scan and then say, is the healthier version here? You can also set it so that instead of traffic light labelling, it does the Health Star ratings instead, if that's how you prefer to get your information. I just like this. The visual cue for me is really important, and it means that I can compare the kind of macronutrients of a family history of high blood pressure, so I try to avoid as much salt as I can. And it means that I can pick the one that's green, and I'm a little bit less worried about some of the other ones. So you can kind of tailor it to yourself, and you can actually switch it so it gives you something that's lower in salt as opposed to other things, or lower in sugar if that's what you're looking for. So it's a great little app, and it's fantastic for parents because it means you can make a list and make healthier choices without having to do what I do, which is stand in the supermarket aisle and compare them all. So they're the kind of two tools to cut through the claims, the marketing claims that manufacturers put on the front of their packages, and they're the tips that we've got for you today. But we've got a website where we've got a whole lot of other information and information about the other things that we do. So jump on there. We've also got we're giving away a Cooking with Kids DVD if you want to stop by the stand. I'm happy to take any questions if anyone's got any questions.
How do the baby foods in the supermarket, prepackaged foods, how do they stack up, on a health sort of lens?
So I'm not a nutritionist, just so that's clear. So I'm employed to run the campaigns for them. Food for kids under 12 months are more heavily regulated than other packaged foods in the supermarket, so they will often be quite a healthier choice. One of the things that you do need to be wary of, though, is they often put other things in them that's not on the front of the pack. So it might say that it's pumpkin and spinach, and then 80% of it's apple concentrate. So if you're trying to get your kids used to foods that aren't quite as sweet as the mashed pureed foods, it's better to do them yourself, because they do add usually apple or pear to a lot of them. But you can get some in the supermarket that don't have them. One of the things, I want to name and shame brands, but there's recently been released a frozen baby foods range, and we had a bit of a squiz at the back of the packets because we thought, this is quite convenient, and they're often for a little bit that older group where they can eat what you're cooking at home, but sometimes you're out, you just want to, nearly all of them, including, I think it was the shepherd's pie, the bolognese, they all had apple concentrate added to them, which was quite unnecessary, particularly for an older group. So that's probably the biggest thing to watch out for.
Thank you, Alice.
No worries.
So Alice and her colleague at Food Voice, just that way, a couple of aisles.
Yeah, with
a little
balloons.
bit towards the back. Balloons.
You'll see the balloons.
So they've got some interesting information there if you want to continue the conversation after.
And a great DVD about cooking with kids in Alexander, from Stephanie Alexander.